I've got to be very selective with what I say.
There we go.
And we are live. What is happening, people? The Kombat Kingz here, giving you another week of raw combat sport punditry.
Tell them, Rimz.
Yep.
Yeah, the combat sports.
What?
Voices of the streets.
Nope.
And saying that, we got a very special guest today.
Very.
We got Chisanga. Yeah, I'm saying it right. Yeah,
Perfect pronunciation.
perfect. Yeah, all right. One of the lead media in the UFC for the Sun, is it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I started working for the Sun 5 years ago. Previously, I was at the Daily Star, Daily Express.
Yeah.
Had a UFC column, weekly UFC column in print at the Daily Star, Daily Express. Probably one of my best achievements, things I'm most proud of. But yeah, now I focus predominantly on MMA, but also do boxing for the Sun.
All right, nice. That must be a dream.
Yeah, it is. It is. But like any job, it has its ups and downs, and my sleep pattern is obviously ruined because of most of things taking place in America. But it's just part of the job, isn't it?
I hear that.
What's the most interesting part of that job? It literally because working with the company, is it like seeing new things, like the intervention of like being around new people? What's what do you find most interesting?
For me, I think because I've been in the game for nearly 10 years now, and you can see the few grey hairs in the beard now, man. I'm not a young buck anymore. But for me, I think it's seeing fighters make it to the UFC to begin with, and then make it to star status, like Tom Aspinall. I wasn't there for his first fight. His first fight was on Fight Island, and there was very, very limited amounts of media who could come. But I was covering it, and then I think I was one of his first interviews with like a major outlet afterwards. And I'd speak to him on and off, just ask how things are going, jokingly ask him how he spent that first $50K that he got on Fight Island. Yeah, he said he invested it in a house. Very, very smart man. And then to see his journey now to being at the precipice of beating the greatest of all time, man, that's like the most rewarding thing for me. And obviously, like, there's perks, there's like international travel and stuff like that. But as I said to you earlier, I'm trying to limit that now because I've got kids and being selective with what I do. But yeah, the job is good, ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else.
Yeah, fair. It's not. I was gonna ask you who your favorite fighter is.
Oh,
and who's been your favorite fighter to cover since you've been in the game? Because you've been in the game, like you said, 10 years, a long time. So has there been someone that stands out as your favorite?
Okay, well, I'll just go from inception of when I was first a fan. First UFC I went to was UFC 80, and that was, I believe, I was in Newcastle. That was BJ Penn versus Joe Daddy Stevenson. I don't know if you've seen it, right? Like, he literally choked him out in the pool of blood, and then he licked his, BJ Penn was my first favorite fighter, and obviously he's going through his difficulties at,
Oh, that's sad to see.
Talking about that.
That's sad to see.
You know, we'll get into that maybe.
Yeah, it was sad to see. Then Anderson, especially when he went into the Matrix against Forrest Griffin. And to this day, my brother still says that fight was fixed because of the way Forrest Griffin ran out. But like, we all know, Forrest was just embarrassed by the fact that he couldn't do anything. He got knocked out by a jab. Sorry. Okay, then favorite fighter since I've got into it. I'd probably say Michael Bisping, but maybe that's a bit of bias now that I have a bit of a relationship with him. And then Adesanya, another one who came in like a battle of hell. When did he come in? UFC 211.
What was it?
2018. It was UFC 211, and that was in Australia. And I think that was when Rockhold got kissed by Yoel Romero afterwards. Yeah. He was someone that I spoke to quite early doors, and he took an interest in me because I introduced myself. I think it was at it was UFC 230 when he fought Derek Brunson, and this was back in the day when the media days used to be like scrum, so they just have the fighters dotted around the rooms, like where you are in one corner, where you are in another corner, where you are in another corner, and there's a free for all, and then you just go try get as much content as you could within like 2 hours basically, and then afterwards that's a wrap. I managed to get him for a good amount of time, and then obviously he took a liking to me. He was like, "Oh, where's your name from?" I said, "Oh, I'm from Zambia originally," and then we just went off into a conversation about how Africa is being pillaged by certain countries. I'm not going to say anything else, but yeah. So I took a liking to him personally, and then obviously his fighting style. But sadly, he's seemingly, like we talked about previously before he went on air, he's a bit on the decline now.
What do you think? So obviously they never made the DDP fight in Africa. Do you think that was a mistake on the UFC's behalf? Because obviously I know that it never panned out for like Izzy and Nigeria in that regard. But was that the prime time for the UFC Africa fight?
I think so. Yeah, you've got to strike while the iron is hot. But I think maybe they didn't want to lean too much into like the narrative that was being perpetuated by fans. Obviously, Dricus, who lent into it himself, and I couldn't believe I was at it was actually the UFC. Was it Gan? Yeah, it was Gan. It's Gan Jones, UFC 285 Media Day, when he said that, "Oh yeah, I'll be the first real African champion," or words to that effect. And myself and my other British colleague Lee from MMA Crazy, we kind of just looked at each other, the only two brothers in the room, and being like, "What the hell? What the hell?" Yeah. But I think the UFC tried to steer away from leaning into almost kind of promoting a bit of a race war and what have you. And the only place really where you could hold that is in South Africa, which up until like only 30 or so years ago was under apartheid rule. So but I think they have sadly missed the boat on that. But although at the post-fight press conference last night, I spoke to Dave Shaw, and I asked him like, how much of a priority is it for you guys to go to Africa and North Africa? And he said it is it's high up on the list, but they do have other markets that they're looking at. Although he was saying that the people that they've spoken to about acquiring the new TV rights are interested in holding events in new markets. So
is that Netflix? Is that Netflix?
That's what I'm saying to people. That's what I'm saying to people. I think it's pretty much well known that Netflix are in contention to get them. But I think that they'll probably spread out the TV rights. They'll sprinkle them to say Netflix maybe get a certain amount of pay-per-views a year. ESPN will get a certain amount of pay-per-views. Maybe Amazon. Amazon, exactly. And as much as ESPN are getting bashed, because I don't know if you've ever used the ESPN Plus app. Yeah, I know. Oh my God, man! It
has its flaws. I've heard.
It has its flaws. So much so that they actually were giving away the pay-per-view for free because people couldn't buy it initially until like.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah,
people couldn't buy it until like the co-main event.
Started,
but I
One
think,
had that problem today.
Did they?
Yeah, that's why it was on YouTube. Yeah.
So I think ESPN will retain some rights, but I think Dana and everybody else are going to be like, well, you're going to have to take TKO boxing as well. That's going to be a condition for you having a certain amount of pay-per-views.
I was going to say that the Turkey involvement in some capacity with the UFC, I think he speaks about wanting to go to Africa as well with boxing. I think the UFC will follow with whatever that does happen as well. So it's interesting times in that regard.
Yeah, but markets. We could have had a rumble in the jungle between John Jones and Francis Ngannou. Like if they really wanted to make that happen, and we'd be remiss if we don't talk about the late George Foreman, who sadly passed away. Talk about Rumble in the Jungle. It's sad times.
Do you think, because Dana said in the past that he doesn't want too much theatrics in MMA, and I think he means like the whole walking to the, like he said he only wants the coaches and the people that you've trained with that are close. Like it's like the 3 people that can follow you to the octagon. And he doesn't want no theatrics. I think the most theatrics we've ever had was Izzy coming out with the dancers, right? Yeah.
No, the most theatrical performance was last night.
Lexi Thainara, bro. That was longer than the fight. That was longer than
fair enough.
That was crazy, bro.
But I'm saying, as much as having people come out with you and perform with you, the max I've seen, I think, is Izzy with the dancers, right?
Yeah.
When he come out,
probably,
that was a bit more.
Well, Connor at 189 had Sinead O'Connor, but she wasn't actually. She was part of the overall walkout, but she was on a ledge somewhere else.
That was one of the best entrances of the time.
But it's almost saying one. It's so uniform, which
I said this. I
don't like this. I don't like it.
No one can have personality and creativity.
I think it's bad and good. Like I said, financially, I think it's been good for them in the past because it keeps everyone in the house. Like this is the problem boxing has, right? It's not in house. Everyone's arguing. There's so much debate more than actual action. Where I think in MMA we do get the action now with flaws, like you just said. You get those type of flaws, but I think. If you're a real MMA head, what would you give up? Because I would rather see the best fight the best
Yeah.
And I know you can blend it, but sometimes it is hard to blend on a business side, I think.
I think the
on that
UFC's
top
gone away
level.
from that though, bro. I think the UFC's gone away from the best fighting the best. Personally, in the last year and a half, I don't think the best have fought the best recently.
I think they try to.
Did they
But
try?
I feel because they got like you'll be able to say, but because they got like a schedule where they got the broadcast deal now, so they have to every week in, week
Yeah,
out.
no.
They just, if they can't make the fight, they just put together what
No,
they can.
there's-
That's what I feel like it's
but-
become.
Yeah, it has. But you look like we've had Sean Strickland fighting Izzy when he was whatever rank he was. We've had Khalil Roundtree fighting Pereira like at whatever rank he was. It's not always been number one fights.
No,
and
facts.
also the rankings is a problem. There's a problem with the ranking system as well. Look at lightweight. We always speak about it. The lightweight rankings are corrupt. You know what I mean? So,
Versus the government.
so
Are you suggesting that some of the people doing the rankings might have some pressure on them from above?
100%. Yeah, we know, but that's because of the lack of stars.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
fight the panel?
No, I'm not.
What's your Sanga, man? What's your Sanga? He's about to apply pressure.
No, I'm not. I feel like it's. Look, I'm not hating my colleagues that do it, but I almost feel like it's a bit of a conflict of interest.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Where you could have the promoter lean on you because they want to make a certain matchup and justify putting somebody in a certain matchup. But yeah.
So, after all of that, do you want to get into UFC London? How did you?
Do we have to? Joking now.
First of all, I want to ask you before we actually break down this card. How did you overall find this UFC? Because you've been to many cards. I know you've been to great pay-per-views, but just this London fight night. And the reason I want to ask you quickly is it's just because we had the former time. The last time we was in London, right? It was title fight.
2023, yeah.
Leon
286.
Leon defending his belt against Usman. And obviously it was a different atmosphere. It was the first time he was coming home with the actual belt.
Yeah.
Was you there for that?
Yes, I was. Yeah, 286. Yeah.
Okay, so now Leon headlining another card fight night. How was it being there last night, and what was the atmosphere like from like 286 compared to last night, or should I say Saturday night?
Yeah, I think maybe it's because when the UFC want to throw their promotion machine behind an event, they can throw their promotion machine behind the event and make it seem like the biggest event that there is. And they did that with Leon's homecoming against Kamaru Usman, obviously marking that he was fighting the former pound for pound king, the headshot thing.
dead.
Yeah. But this one, it almost seemed like they almost like were just begrudgingly coming back to London. Like even like with the fight week schedule. Normally, media day is on a Wednesday, and they'll have some sort of thing in between. It could be a press conference. It's actually very rare that we get a press conference for a fight night, but they have done that sometimes for the UK fans. And then you have the weigh-ins on Friday. But this week, it was just media day on Thursday, which resulted in some weight drain fighters being very snappy with their responses to people, and Kevin Holland calling out journalists, and then just the weigh-ins on Friday. It just seemed, as if. I don't want to say they couldn't be asked, they couldn't be bothered, but it just seemed that it's just like, we just need to tick off our annual visit to London. That's how it came across.
I think the talent they put on there as well weren't like the best. Like in the past, we've had amazing fights, all from start to finish. And to be honest with you, there was some good fights, projected to be good fights on there.
Yeah.
But you know why?
Yeah,
Sorry to cut you. No disrespect to British fighters here, but it's because we don't get a mix. They just put British fighters against British fighters over here, or Wales, Scottish. Bruv, like, let's be real.
yeah,
Go look. Let's stay predominantly like, right. Barring that the pay per view that they gave us, they normally like put a lot of British fighters against each other. And I know everyone probably wants to fight because they're in their hometown, but you're not kind of there mixing it up with the fancy and some probably the American stars that you wouldn't normally get to see.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and obviously they did that last night with Vucenic versus Duncan, Scotland versus England.
And
Fletcher, yeah. Although that had a bit of heat behind it because of the Team Calbon rivalry with Next Gen. Although Loughran's not at Team Calbon anymore, I believe. Yeah, I don't think he is. You ideally you kind of want it to be like the UK against the world card. That's what you want, and
That doesn't really pan out too well sometimes.
Nah. That didn't really pan out too well. Yeah, I think the Brits only won 3 out of 9. Yeah, 3 out of 9.
GB Top Team held it down.
So on that note, let's get into it. UFC Fight Night, we're talking. We was back, O2 Arena, London. The one and only Chisanga was there. We're going to get into the full breakdown of the card. Shouts out to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, and we are on Twitch as well now. I need to start pushing that out there, but yeah.
My accent is throwing you off. Wow. To be fair, I've moved around so much when I was a kid. So like I'll give you context. I was actually born in Newcastle.
Okay.
Yeah, thank God I don't have that accent. A black Geordie man, right? Then I moved to Scotland, Glasgow. Then I moved to the States, and then
whereabouts in the States?
Just outside of Washington DC.
Okay.
And then just outside Atlanta, and then moved to Cambridge, just here, and that's been where my family home's been for like the last 20 years. So my accent is literally just. Yeah, mishmash. And my wife is Scottish, so if you were to catch me around my wife, you'd probably hear me saying, "It was fucking one of yes." Yeah. It just comes out, man.
It just comes out naturally. That is Chisanga, the one and only. He will be the perfect guy to obviously break down as he was there watching the fights live. And we are going to start off with welterweight bout. The return of Leon Rocky Edwards, and he was fighting the guy.
Eat that black chicken.
That black chicken.
Sorry, I had to throw that in.
Man,
I had to throw that in there one more time. I want to press that button again.
We're fighting one of my favorite guys, Sean Brady. Yes, interesting fight, but not for me. I predict these things. Have you got that?
Yeah, I got that.
I got it.
You can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Thank you. Because I did say round 4.
Did you? Did you put money on it though?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, you got to make peas that way, man. Yeah, you got to back yourself.
I know, but
it's a slippery slope once you start doing that, man.
And mate, I end up like him.
Yeah. All it takes is that one win, and then you skip every week. Yeah.
But I did predict. See, I'm trying to use some up northern accent. But predict that Sean Brady was going to beat Leon Edwards, and it was from that style, that forward pressure. That I just believe that he was well more conditioned than Leon. I think he's a conditioned freak, one of the best on the just UFC roster at just being conditioned continuously throughout, especially 5 rounds. I think he has no problem doing that. And especially when he is allowed to do what he wants in there. It was, for me, guys, I'm going to allow you to break this down as well. I'm going to obviously start off with you, Chisanga, but I'm just going to say this. I thought like it was all over for when I see Leon go for that takedown. He's heart, he's passion. I don't like really speaking on someone's passion, but I feel like his IQ is better than that to do that.
Way better. And he actually said this week his IQ was the best. I saw that.
On that
TNT.
TNT.
Yes,
I was like, I thought he was going to say Jones, and then he said him. I was like, okay. And then this.
I could forgive that. I could forgive that if he'd been badly rocked and then was shooting, like just going into self-preservation mode. But he hadn't been hurt, and he literally just got out of a clinch, and then you just decided just to shoot in. Man.
And then the thing on top of that I didn't understand is when you was on the ground, you couldn't do anything. Like Brady's winning on the ground, so why are you going to that route when you're winning on the feet?
Yeah, I
he wasn't completely winning on the feet.
That's the safer route, though.
Yeah. That was the safer completely winning because he was Go on, Greeny.
No, for me, the first time they clinched, you was like, oh yeah, Leon's all right in the clinch, and I said, I just don't think it's a good route for him. Honestly. And then after that first clinch, from there on out, like anytime they clinched, Brady was getting upper hand. Like I can't understand how you're former champion and you're tired after 1 round. Bro, he was blowing after 1 round. Like Leon Edwards, and he's had that problem before. Like we've seen it with the Kamaru fight, the first one, where the second one, sorry, where he had the head kick. But after the first round, he was done. Like the first round was fantastic. After that, he went cold again, and said the same thing last night. Like
I think with that one, you got to remember that fight was at altitude. And everybody was huffing up.
I don't want to hear excuses for Leon no more because last time it was that he was too tired.
Yeah,
right. He doesn't have that excuse this time.
No. That excuse doesn't wash.
As a professional fighter, let me just ask you as well because I said this last week.
Bro, I struggle on an incline, bro.
I know it's hard. They're not every fighter gets paid the same wage, but at championship level, do you have to take your camp somewhere else if that's the call? If you know you're fighting in Denver 3 months out, do you have to take? I'm asking a guy that travels more and's in the game. Because I was telling these guys that wasn't I telling you that? I want to hear that 3 a.m. Then go to the UFC and be training at the fight times that they fight at. You can't then come into fight night and use that as an excuse 3 months later when we knew it wasn't lastminute.com. Oh my God, I had to roll out of my bed. It was you had 3 months notice. I'm not saying it's fair. I didn't say that. I just said you have to give yourself that advantage.
I get what you're saying, but what you have to remember is Leon's life outside of fighting doesn't change. He still has to go probably pick up his kid and still have to spend time with him. Do you know what I mean? And I think you're asking for examples of fighters tailoring their camps to the conditions that they're going to be in. I think the best example of that I can think of is when Verdum fought Cain Velasquez in Mexico City, which is interestingly where the next fight night is going to be. He was there, I think, for like 2 months beforehand, literally acclimatizing to himself to the high altitude. Yeah, and Cain struggled. So you do have to tailor your fight camps to the environment around you, and otherwise, as you say, it's just some people just use it as an excuse. So, some excuses are warranted, some not necessarily.
So back to this Brady fight, it looked like Leon was fighting at high altitude in London because he was blowing. I'm just out of respect, and you're fighting like I think Greeny said. Why are you clinching with somebody that he is a great wrestler? He's a great double. He's double legs are great naturally. He's a forward pressure. He's a mini tank. He went for rear naked, a Kimura. He went for multiple things. Disrespectful in the MMA fight. 100%.
Leon with the Kimura. Had I done that, I'd do. Honestly, we wouldn't have been able to speak about him today because I couldn't have. No, honestly, I don't see that.
I always get the fear seeing people get caught in Kimuras. Like the worst one I could think of was when Frank Mir snapped Big Nogs. Had that spiral fracture.
That was the nastiest ever.
As soon as I see someone's wrist get grabbed like in that position, I'm just like, just tap right. Just do you know what I mean?
But Sean Brady,
great performance.
I said this was gonna happen, guys. This is exactly it's just timing. It was the perfect timing. They threw him. All right, before what you say, JDM. Like you said, would have been
stylistically perfect.
Way more easier for Leon
but
than
stylistically perfect for Bully B as well. I think Bully B is gonna kill JDM.
We can get into that shortly. But what was you gonna say, Rimz? Did you kind of go out of your head?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like the most noteworthy strike that Leon landed was when they separated from a clinch. In the third round, it was the elbow. That's the most noteworthy strike that he landed.
But Brady rocked him with that combo, that 1-2-3 combo, and Leon had to nod. Leon looked at him like, "Raw, you got me still." That was a proper combo.
No, it is for like the performance Brady put on Leon. Was the way I was viewing Brady before that Belal fight. I thought he was just gonna be smoking people like that, and then Belal kind of intersected that.
Canelo hands Belal, bro.
And we're about to see them again soon, trust me.
But the thing is as well, is Belal was very good at, I think Brady's learnt from that fight as well. And it's because, you know why? What, for me, when I look at that fight, right, that's almost like when Jones fought Gustafsson. Someone exactly the same as you. You can't figure
Styles
that. Yeah. And Belal, I just think he was just a better wrestler. Maybe at the time, like, so he had to. You're training with the Dagistanis and doing. I think you know what I'm trying to say, and I feel like
who he doesn't follow no more, by the way.
Oh really? What?
Yeah, that's what I saw on socials.
He's not.
He unfollowed Islam.
Because you know there's talk about Islam going up now.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we'll talk about this. Because what happens obviously in the main event in the next pay-per-view has significant ramifications for the future of Leon.
Yeah.
But obviously Islam could slide right on in there, and then that's another top-heavy, crushing wrestler in the division. Leon, you might have to think about going up to middleweight, but then you're going to be undersized there anyway.
Oh, you can't do that. You got to retire.
You got to retire.
Is Leon done? Is Leon done?
Well, title contentions, 100%.
As in, are we saying his career is cooked? Like, as in, he's
not cooked, but he's not cooked.
He can get wins.
Who's fights? He can get wins.
But
He can get
against
wins.
who?
Yeah, against
That's
who?
right. But this is the thing, yeah. Once you fought at the pinnacle, like a lot of these fighters, they're prideful, bro. You ain't gonna want to drop down and fight like a 15 ranked brother.
Yeah. I hear that. I definitely feel this is, we were speaking about it earlier with Chisanga. I think this is the start, the snowball rolling down the hill. Like we saw Izzy, we've seen Kamaru, we've seen all these fighters recently, Volk. Yeah.
Nah, he's getting that belt back, bro.
Nah, bro. You lose your belt. You lose your belt. You don't look as dominant. You get subbed. Oh, please don't get knocked out.
Yeah, I know.
You get, yeah, but you know where
this
it
is
goes.
what I was saying, yeah. I feel like the best fight that Leon can take right now is Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal wants to get back in there. There's that heat. There's that.
What does that? What does that
he said he might get his next fight. He might get knocked out. And I was like, no way, because if he gets knocked out by Masvidal, bro, he's done.
Yeah, cool. But you just said it. Don't contradict what you just said. You just said that's not. What's it worth? Like Rimz just said, what's that worth? What's that worth for Leon?
No, but
Because of the rivalry. Yeah, but a Masvidal that hasn't seen the UFC in like 2 years.
That's why it makes
trained.
That's why it makes more sense.
That's why it makes more sense for Leon.
That's like an easy dub, though. No one's gonna respect that. No one's gonna respect
real MMA.
No one's gonna respect anything that Leon does from here because he's not gonna be fighting at that level.
Well, the thing is, right? Well, what the UFC has shown time and time again, like once you're on the decline, they start using you as a stepping stone for the up and comers.
Last week.
It's either going to be, I think, and I pray it's not either Carlos Prates or Michael Morales. They're going to stick him in.
They could do MVP.
Like this MVP. Yeah, of course.
Or Ian Gary.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'd.
Yeah, there's a bit of history behind
any
that.
of those fights go well though. When you said Carlos Prates, spine shook.
Yeah, that I mean. MO, like once they see that somebody's market value is starting to dip slowly, they'll try and build off you.
Yep.
And I want to add one more thing. Like, you see, I feel the path of how to beat Leon was always there. And then there was a period, and then, because like you had, Claudio Silva beat him, and he was pretty much wrestling him.
Yeah.
You had Usman to beat him, wrestled him. Then he had a period, he didn't have no wrestlers. Then he went to the Usman fight again. He got the head kick, but
he lost
that fight really and truly. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel he got that head kick. Boom. He had the fight with Usman. Usman's declined now. And then you got Kobe declined by then. So I thought he had a good run when he had the belt.
Yeah.
And then he's come against Brady now, and it's just like,
I think you could probably put more stock in the second win over Usman because. Yeah, well, he exuded like what's that old saying that like once you become a champion, like you apparently get 10%. I feel like I'm regurgitating stupid Joe Rogan things all that he always says that, but I think that there's an element of truth to that, and he barring a couple fence grabs in that fight, he dealt with Usman in that fight.
I think it's confidence.
Yeah, it's confidence. Yeah,
and then Kamaru's was loud, and his was up, so it's like,
and also. I just feel like at that high level, like you said, when you are really not a type of Pereira in the sport for them, or you're not literally that Conor, or even Dustin Poirier, he ain't got the belt, but he's got so much credibility.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? Like
they tried to kill him off of BDS, Benoit Saint Denis, not long ago.
This is
exactly what I'm saying. As soon as they see a little bit of like decline in you, exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to revive your own career when that happens, like which Dustin did, and it's Dustin still then got respect from the Islam fight.
But Leon was hated by the UFC for a while before. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they took him out of the rankings. Remember? Even after he agreed to fight Hamzat twice.
I wanted to speak on that. They were trying to kill him early.
Yeah, they
with
were
that one.
Yeah,
they were trying to destroy him early with that one.
That would have been ankle pick city still.
Oh man, yeah. I mean,
anyway, let's pour Leon because we could be here all day. Let me just say this:
Leon's my boy, man. Yeah.
Leon, got cooked like Sunday roastery, boy. You get me? You got cooked
Yeah.
up. So all the sides were there.
Upscale settings.
Everything, bro, with all the full features, bro. The full yards man settings on a Sunday where your mum's playing slow music and just letting the pot simmer. That's how you got cooked. But you know why? One more thing. Brady just beat him up for 4 rounds, bro.
This is worse than Bilal. This is worse than Bilal.
Round and pound, smashed him up. And then I said this to you. What did I say last week? My take was literally perfect. Like 10 I said, that's what Brady's going to do. Just beat him up, wear him down. And the thing is, Leon's been through that 30, see that, was it 13 win streak? Was it 13 wins?
He was undefeated for like, I think 12. Yeah.
After the Usman fight.
Yeah.
Or the Kobe who had the belt. Yeah. You're tired. This is MMA. There's only so much. I feel like you're tired. You got to the championship. You got to that high point. There's only so much John. There's no John Joneses, bro, that can carry that out.
Yeah.
That can just keep going and keep going.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
We
with John
expect
Jones
that. You
is
get.
he has gaps.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Calm,
So
but
there's
I'm talking about in his
mental
peak.
breaks,
There
there's
was no
mental-
gaps. In his peak, there was no gaps,
there was-
bro. He got the belt at a young age and was just
Fairs.
rocking up everyone. So there was no. So, but that's what we expect now. Someone hold the belt for like maybe 5, 6 years. Islam starting to do it. Islam
Islam
doing
probably
it.
will be.
Yeah.
That's why you got to respect
it's
the reign of
difficult.
Kamaru Usman and Volk, man.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
I'm starting
I
to.
feel champs nowadays get the belt too late when they're kind of near the top of their peak, but then they can drop off so quick from that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And you can make an argument that Bilal's in that situation. How old is Bilal? 36? 36.
Sean Brady can beat Bilal.
Sean Brady?
That Sean
Yeah,
Brady
that
can
Sean
beat
Brady,
Bilal.
yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I know that Bully B done what he did with Brady, and that weren't long ago. But and this, I don't think that Brady's improved that much since that fight. By the way, I think this is still the same guy that we saw last night. But I just think that Bilal's time has come, and he's going to be on a decline. I just don't think that there's many people in that division that can beat him, but Sean Brady can.
Oh, good take. Shout out to Leon Edwards anyway, man. Always, man. Respect and love, always, man. Because literally, man.
I'll still never
people always
forget that
doubting
head
him.
kick, man.
People kept saying he was the underdog. Like, I didn't know why people was thinking he was the favorite when styles make fights, and you can clearly see one style.
Man,
is
but
better.
I thought he'd put him on the back foot. Do you know what I mean?
He doesn't
Because that's what Bilal did to Sean Brady.
He
Yeah.
doesn't
He did
fight
early.
like that.
Early he
What,
did.
for the first
Early
2.5 minutes?
But then it broke character. It broke character.
No, but Greeny, he got tired. Thank you.
Yeah.
That you to fight on the front foot sustainable like Jones does, you gotta have a different car. I'm talking about, and if not, you gotta just that. What I say, what's my favorite thing? Keep him, bro. If you just throw the leg up, just keep throwing it up in that gut. Just do that if you need to fight at a distance. Just keep that distance and do it kind of often because it keeps someone guessing. That to what you're setting up. I know it's easier said than done sitting here, but I'm just saying that's my favorite thing being a longer fighter because as soon as you're on the back foot and you're scared, you're not to say you can't fight on the counter, but now you're gonna pressure fighters like Brady. You're gonna struggle. So
No, you're right about that. It's-
but
Move on, man.
yeah, all right, let's move on.
yeah, man, I don't want to be depressed right now. Although the rest of the results will be a bit depressing. Yeah.
All right, this is real depressing times. Light heavyweight bout, we had the return of Polish power Jan Blachowicz, and he was fighting Carlos Ulberg.
It was a bit of a lackluster fight.
Yeah.
Dana said he was most excited for this fight,
Man.
and I think it didn't go how it was going to go at all.
Do you not think the onus was a bit more on Ulberg? I mean, he was the one that was in the 7-fight win streak going into it.
Yep.
He's the one that wants to get into title contention, and you've got Jan, who's coming off basically a new 2-year layoff. Yeah, it was pretty like 20 months. Former champion. You want to make the statement.
42 years old.
Exactly. Especially because there's some big names still in the light heavyweight division. You've got Khalil Rountree, who gained lots of brownie points with fans.
Yep.
The Pereira fight. You got the much beloved Jamal Hill still.
Those two are booked, aren't they?
Yeah, they're fighting in April. I think the second week of April in Kansas City. Yeah. Then you got Yeri. So there's quite a few names ahead of you that even though you're on this type of win streak, they'll be the UFC won't be looking too favorably on you, basically, because of your lack of star power.
Sorry to cut you. Yuri, he ain't got no chance of a title shot again.
Well, but
He's
ahead of
What, to get it again?
In
I
the
know he's ahead in the
yeah,
rankings,
yeah.
but to get it
Because of
again,
the
if
names.
Ulberg...
I don't know, you know. I think
You don't think
I
so?
think Ulberg,
No.
because he's had it so many. Yeah, I thought they'll try to push on.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on,
Value,
hold
though.
on.
If Yuri
Wasn't-
gets one
who
more,
was
he's in the mix.
Here? Who was in here last time saying Yuri's only fought in like basically championship fights?
basically,
He had 2 fights. He iced Ozdemir in Fight Island, and then the Reyes knockout, and then it was
then it was the
Ulberg.
title
Then it
fight,
was
and then
Ulberg.
everything's been title
Title
fights.
fight,
Title
since,
fight, yeah,
that's what I'm
since,
saying.
yeah.
So it's
Pretty
like
much.
you can't really. You've had 3 opportunities at this.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you gotta put
what
some
you
names
gotta
on
do- yeah, you gotta change that up, man.
You gotta put some names down now, man.
I don't know. Okay, so maybe Yuri has to win 1 or 2, but also,
But he'll be in the mix if he wins 1 or 2.
yeah. If
That's
he,
fine.
I feel that they like
circumstance.
him.
if he does
They
something
love him.
spectacular,
Yeah, he's like probably one of the most
marketable
popular.
assassin
Yeah.
thing
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
of that. He's marketable.
But I mean, Ulberg's marketable. He's
no,
he's
he's not.
You don't think? Well,
That speech yesterday
well,
after that.
I know. But
That's
I'm-
not marketable.
No,
I'm
but-
sorry.
but-
to
When he
say.
wore the
the
little
UFC
thing, the paint,
Yeah.
that's for me. I said, I know it might be. I don't know if it's a cultural thing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Maybe it is, but like they're gonna find that difficult to market. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Still,
the
They
Maori
look like
Samoan
Robin.
people are going to be coming for your ass saying that, bro.
I hear it. I hear it.
Yeah.
But he look like, no, but the
Yeah,
others I
I
don't
know.
mind. Like certain man, I see them doing it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can rock with it. But it looked like Robin. That's all I couldn't get out of my head. That's why I couldn't get out of my head.
Old school Robin.
Yeah, I couldn't get it out of my head. I could not
yeah.
get that out of my head.
I used to have a
Robin.
toy back in the day, and I'm showing my age here, that you dip Robin's head into water and then the thing would come out. yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Yeah.
You see it now, right?
I see it now.
I couldn't get it out of my head.
Yeah, I kinda
That's
see
some
that
days.
now.
Yeah, Batman.
I say this respectfully in jest, Carlos.
Mr. Freeze. Yeah.
But no, like, I mean, you know, the UFC, if you've got like a good look behind you, and Ulberg's attractive to the ladies market, I wouldn't be surprised if they think he's marketable and can push him.
I think he's
Well,
one fight away from the belt.
yeah.
I think he's got to
don't-
win one
yeah.
more. I think he's got to win one
Go
more.
on, Rimz.
I was just gonna say, in terms of like just his fight style, his skill set, I don't feel there's much to his game. Man.
No,
Nah.
there's not. He's got that overhand right
the
swing,
lead left hook.
lead left,
Yeah.
he jabs, and then
And I like
he
it.
was.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he was really running. I looked that fight.
He was on the-
and
he was on the
Jan
back foot,
looked
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
He
but-
looked stiff. He looked 42. He looked like he hasn't fought in 2 years, literally like it was. Yeah, he looked like how Miocic looked against.
Nah, I wouldn't go that bad. Nah.
No, it wasn't as
Bro,
bad. No,
he was
no,
in
no,
the- he was
you
in the
can't say
fight.
that. Don't
He was
say
in
that.
the
Bro,
fight.
Carlos Ulberg just looked that bad. He didn't apply no pressure.
No.
He didn't apply
He didn't
no
look bad. He
pressure.
didn't look bad. He didn't look
Bro,
bad.
he did. Bro,
It
he
was a
didn't look
boring
great.
fight. It was
He
a
looks-
boring-
That's not the Jan
No, but-
I'm used to
but-
seeing.
Izzy
Bragz-
say Mint saying a good for he's Izzy.
He is like Izzy though, but
yeah.
he's. It wasn't a bad fight. It was a boring fight because what we was anticipating was fireworks in the first round. I thought anyway. Ulberg's gonna go out there, see if he can knock out Jan, and if he don't knock out Jan, Jan's gonna knock him out. That's the way I saw it. But it just never really broke out into a fight.
It wasn't.
Ever.
It wasn't that bad a performance coming off the couch of 2 years, basically. Do you
No,
know what
no,
mean?
I don't think so
It
at all.
wasn't that bad. Yeah.
But you say Ulberg's like not got much to his game, but like you look in that division, like Pereira don't really have much. He's got like 4 tools.
Which he didn't even utilize against Magomed, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
His lack of combinations in that fight was frustrating.
We
to
were
say
saying
the
this
least.
yesterday
Yeah.
because he said he has after the fact he said he had the broken hand. And whilst we were
Yeah.
sitting there watching it, it looked like he had a broken hand. So I can
Yeah,
kind of hear it. I don't like excuses, but I can see that his hand was broken.
We said he didn't throw in that fight.
He didn't throw it after the first round.
Yeah, we said that.
But yeah, I think you can. I think at the higher division you can have not a simple skill set, but you can have a basic set of moves that you just rinse and you can get by with it.
But it's also frustrating. Why didn't Jan try to wrestle? Why
That's
didn't
one
why
of the
didn't
things
why
we
did
said.
yeah
That's
why
one
did
of
why
the-
didn't
I
Jan
know
try to wrestle?
He's 42, his knees and back. Go on, finish, guys. All the years, me, you know, he's 42.
Yeah,
I
but
get out of bed sometimes. I'm 31. I'm like, damn, my knees are creaking. But imagine a man that wrestles every day. You know what I mean? Like, God, blimey.
Polish power.
but yeah, man,
He's got. Jan's been in this game for a minute as well.
He has,
It's
man.
not going like
Yeah.
42 fight. What's his record? What the hell is this man's record? Ain't he's like 42 and or something?
two promotion world champion.
29,
He was
sorry,
former
29, 11, yeah.
former KSW.
He's got 30. He's got what's that? 40 fights.
That was
42,
other than
is it?
42 fights.
At light heavy, other than Ank, you could argue that was Pereira's toughest fight.
Yeah.
He was. He didn't get knocked out by Pereira.
No,
he didn't.
Split over 3 rounds.
So, but shout out to Carlos Ulberg. You did what you needed to do to stay in contention and stay out of the way of getting
Former
knocked
male
out.
stripper Carlos Ulberg. Did you not know that story? Yeah. He's a former. His first nickname
Male
was
stripper?
yeah.
He strips for males.
No, he is a male.
Sorry, that's just me.
No, because his first nickname was Ladies Night.
Oh,
Yeah. He was a former. Yeah.
Fairs, man.
You got to do what you got to do to.
You gotta do what you gotta do to make the bread, man.
Yeah.
I'll strip for a couple of ladies they want me to.
That's a quick butt.
They don't want me to. They don't want me to. I'm skin and bone.
Bruv, I've been my missus 10 years. She don't want me to do that.
Yeah, you know what's that? They don't want me to, but I'll do it. That's easy money. We're just doing this. And it's easy money, man.
That sounds like a Diddy to He said they don't want me to, but I'll do it. He got girls handcuffed to the bed and that.
Oh,
bad.
God.
Pause. Let's go.
All right,
Let's not slip into degeneracy now.
Welterweight bout. We had another return of the Iceland man himself, Gunnar Nelson, and this was against a fan favorite, Kevin Holland. Or is he a fan favorite with his antics that he's from Rampage and you said with the media and everything?
I think he is. He is fan.
Is he still
favorite.
fan favorite?
He got a massive pop yesterday.
They loved him.
Yeah, they love him. Yeah,
they love him. Again, what did you think of the performance?
What did I tell you? Half serious when he's at welterweight, bro. Half serious. You need to stay at this weight. I can respect Kevin Holland at this weight. I feel because he has to take the whole the whole process more serious. You know what I mean?
He said it. I'll do 5 fights at middleweight and fight every week.
4 or 5 fights at 7.
But he's like, I'll fight twice, 3 times a year at welterweight and do it properly.
I rate this.
What did you think? Because it was I think this was like one of the better performances just to watch. It weren't great because of the two. Like, I'm not interested in going enough. You can't be off for that long and then come back and make me, and then you're fighting someone like Kevin Holland that's in and out-ish, and then make me be really like interested. But it was a good fight, as in the style that to watch and be entertaining from the jiu-jitsu, him hanging off his arm and having a conversation while he's hanging off his arm. Like,
the knockdown.
The knockdown.
First, you almost put him out.
I thought he hit him after the bell, by the way.
I think he threw the punch just as the bell
and then
sounded.
the connection
came after. But I think you can get away with that.
Ain't his job though, is it?
No. It's the referee's job to stop you. I get that. But yeah, I have an interesting fight for Kevin. I know you guys are saying that you want him to stay at 170. What about Izzy? Because remember a few years ago they were chirping at each other back at the Apex. What about Izzy?
That's a decline for Izzy, bro.
Kevin,
that's a
decline. It's a winnable fight.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, it's an entertainable, winnable fight. Yeah.
Where's that open up the prelims?
Disrespect, man.
That is crazy.
Hey.
The level of disrespect, my brother.
This is the big disrespect, brother. No, but yeah, I think if Izzy's gonna win a fight, it could be Kevin Holland.
Yeah, because what other options does he have at middleweight?
Oh man,
I was going through the wankers the other day. I think his team are gonna try and manage it so that he's not fighting a Kyle Baharo or someone like that.
They don't want that. They turned that down.
Yeah,
apparently.
First I'm hearing, but do you run back the Paulo Costa fight?
Oh yeah,
they could do a Paulo Costa.
do you want to see that though?
No, but the thing is, this is the same thing with Leon. This is the problem that Izzy's in, problem that Leon's in, problem that Kamaru Usman's in.
Yeah.
No fight that they're in, people care about. Because you're not going to be fighting someone who's got a name unless Leon fights a Masvidal and, for example, Izzy fights a Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
Because at least then you've got 2 names. It doesn't look that right there. When you look at him, that's Cerrone. Just change the name Kevin Holland. That's Cerrone.
I know what you mean.
And you could put Izzy in there with it. I think that's a good shout personally, and I wouldn't mind seeing that because I feel like I used to love Kevin Holland. I don't like Kevin Holland, man. I'm not a fan of his anymore. I enjoyed watching last night. I thought the guard work was fantastic.
It was good, interesting. It was a fun fight. It was a fun fight to watch. Yeah.
No, but against someone with the jiu-jitsu that Gunnar Nelson has, the way that he managed on the ground was fantastic. He showed that he's a black belt.
He had him but Nelson had him fully mounted as well.
Yeah.
And to survive,
managed to survive and escape. Done very well.
That escape where he basically used an explosion shoulder roll to get out, I was so impressed with.
Yeah.
Why? Do you know how hard it is to do that?
You don't have to fence though, I think.
I don't care where you do it. Do it in the sky, off the fence, right the back, the floor. Just to do it, carrying someone's pressure just to explode. Because remember, that's taking a lot out of you and knowing when to do it. Because enough people probably try to explode and get pinned back down.
Yeah.
But at the time, he probably felt a little loose hold there, and then boom, got round and just got out of it and got back to his feet. And I thought that was very impressive.
It's almost like the Derek Lewis back in the day. Remember when he just
yeah,
signed up?
Yeah, I think it's still impressive to do. So I want to give him the shout outs. There's little things in MMA that we don't give shout outs for.
Yeah.
I think Gunnar Nelson is cooked though.
He's fit.
Yeah.
I thought that could have been his redeem to come back.
Not
like,
quite, well.
you can't come back and look like that. He was puff. He's another guy that puffs, like smokes 20 fags a day.
GFL.
Yeah, like by round 2. No, I'm just saying that he's cardio. He's had this problem for years though.
Yeah.
When he first come onto the scene, remember he was wrestling and pummeling, and that was when the wrestlers were coming on. Like, do you remember that? The wrestlers were coming on. Like, then he kind of got found out because his striking was bad, and he kind of got found out he got hit with some combinations yesterday that I thought, even on the ground, then he got knocked out. He could have got stopped, right?
But Yems said it yesterday. Like, shout out to Yems. He looked like Zesty McGregor in there, bro. Like the way that he starts.
Yeah.
Like it was like.
But that's been him. Though.
No, but it's like McGregor, but without athleticism. It was like just he ain't got much to his game. Like, and I don't want to see that again. Like the UFC's past that now. Honestly, that's my opinion. And if it isn't, then it's a problem for the UFC.
That's the type of level.
Yeah,
Bro,
I get what you're saying.
that's the third fight.
Oh no, yeah, that should never be on the first fight. Yeah,
Bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say,
look at the two fights.
You know what?
Sorry to cut you. Yeah. The co-main was a man that hasn't fought in 2 years. The third fight was a man that's not fought in 2. Bro, come on, what are we doing, man?
Yeah.
As co-mains and that. Okay, we're gonna.
It's almost like they just needed a filler fight.
They just needed filler fights.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, good, man.
All right, well then on that note, let's move on to another fight of the night, which didn't go well for people that love Miss Meatball. I'm talking Molly McCann, and this was against a new female that entered the UFC coming off the Contender Series.
Thainara has ended the
Thainara with a great entrance, great energy.
Yeah, man. Even the celebration as well.
The breakdown, bro.
She went full Johnny Walker into twerk. Like, that's crazy.
But she's allowed. He's not. There's a difference.
She didn't pop her shoulder on it. She popped her booty.
But what did you think of the performance? Round 1, straight out the bat.
It's just dominance from her. Like I'm trying to say this in the nice way because I have a very good relationship with Molly McCann. She featured many times in the column that I said that I had previously. She checks up on me all the time, just randomly sends me voice notes asking how I'm doing family-wise. But it's her, the deficiency in her game is clear and evident. And she obviously dropped down to strawweight because she felt that she was undersized. Yeah. And in her last few fights, she has just been still just dominated, unfortunately. I didn't expect her to retire, no, but then just before they were announcing the decision, I saw that she took off her gloves, and you could clearly see that she was just visibly, in pieces.
I'm glad that she has retired, because I think with the limited skill set that she had, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, she's done fantastically well with her career. Like if you think about putting women's MMA on the map in England, you think of Molly McCann, yeah?
Yeah, the first English woman to win inside the UFC.
And 100%, yeah. But like the last few performances have shown the holes in her game. You said she's been working on the jiu-jitsu. I said at 34 years old, it's too late to start working on the jiu-jitsu.
You're not athletic.
Like,
you've got certain things that now when you're older, you can run.
I would like to see her go into boxing. You know what I mean? I think if Molly McCann ever saw the things that I've said, she'd probably be like, "Oh, I hate that guy." But I like her as a character.
I love her character.
And I don't mean anything I'll say. But yeah, I just think that the holes in her game go into boxing, and you can make crazy money there, especially with Dana going into boxing. I'm saying
it's not a bad idea.
She's for the British people.
100%.
She's for the British people, man. I'll give her that, man. She's got that spirit in her that make people just want to go and see her, turn up, talk to her, be around her. She's definitely got that.
And I'll never forget, she obviously lost her debut at home in Liverpool, and I remember her leaving, walking past cage side. It was Gillian Robertson that subbed her, and she was in tears. And I just thought, is she ever going to recover from this? Because obviously that's the peak for her, fighting in Liverpool in front of her home, her friends and family, and then to come crashing down. But she rose to the occasion. I think she went on a 3-fight win streak afterwards.
Spinning elbow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Like,
That's one of the worst ones I've seen.
Yeah. Man. Oh, yeah. She's provided some really entertainment moments as well. Like, she's gonna go. Like, there's no UK MMA Hall of Fame or what have you, but she would be in there in the unofficial one.
Maybe that's what we need to start.
Yeah.
We're gonna start.
Yeah, no, that's it.
We're gonna start one on
exactly.
there.
Yeah, exactly. And she's a motivator to so many other young girls. That,
100%.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
So I got to say thank you for the memories, Molly McCann. And
Round of applause.
exactly. And I'm glad that she's been smart with the money that she's got. She's got 2 businesses. She's got that sandwich shop, Pulpetta, and I know she just opened up a coffee shop in Liverpool. So hopefully those keep her afloat. Just regular coffee. just regular coffee. Yeah. Shout out Molly.
And quickly,
Molly,
Miss
man.
Thainara, do you want us to see her go further up and do better things?
She ain't gonna do much, bro. She ain't gonna do much. I must just say that right now, man. She ain't gonna do much. Nah, because she's too crazy with it. She's too crazy with it. That was listen. I've never seen anything like. I don't think anyone's ever seen anything like that, bro.
Is it because it's London? She's Brazilian.
No, it's that Brazil. I told you, man.
Brazil.
You understand? They're party animals, bro. They love it, man, and I love it too. You know what I'm saying, but
all right, we'll see what happens in the future for her, and that will be interesting. But we're going to move on to the next fight, which was going to be a fan favorite lightweight bout. Jordan Vucenic,
I believe, yeah.
Versus Chris Duncan. Guys, this fight here, I didn't expect the sub. The way that happened. No. But the pressure is what I told you. The experience is what I told you. Look, last week of why Chris won this fight. I don't feel like Jordan ever had a chance. And the time he did have a chance was that second round where he got back up out of the scramble but he was a bit too tired, I think, to actually let go. And that was his opportunity because Duncan was tired. You could see it from the wrestling exchanges in the first and what he tried to do early in the second. But Jordan just didn't have it in him. He was also tired as well. And I felt like the experience from Duncan just... Because he was swinging a bit wild at times.
Yeah, he was. He was looking for that finish after dropping
looking,
it.
And I felt like it wasn't a concentrated, like, neat, tidy performance. It was more pressure, trying to look for the double, single, pin him up. He knew he could out-wrestle him. And I think working over there, he works with Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, ATT.
ATT and all that. I think that was the difference there, maybe, in a bit of experience of...
some holes in Vucenic's game. It's interesting, because you see fighters come over from Cage Warriors and either do fantastically well or not do so great. And I don't know what that is because in Cage Warriors, this guy was an animal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But there's some deficiencies there, man. He fatigues too quickly. I think we've seen that in both performances so far in the UFC. I know the first one against Guram was on short notice. Yeah. But now Chris Duncan's decent, man. Chris Duncan's decent. He got a lot of areas where he's quite strong.
He's a big 155.
I said this yesterday.
Man. He's big,
massive. Last week.
I hated the call out though.
Terrence.
Yeah. Do you know what? I felt like sitting there last night, I'm like, you know what? Chris Duncan is on a nice little streak. If I'm him, I'm calling out a top 15.
Yeah.
And he calls out Terrence McKinney, and I'm like, what are you doing? I know it's a name, but I can see how that goes.
Oh, he's gonna knock him.
And Terrence is kind of coming back up after that knockout in Brazil, the bad knockout.
Yeah, the bad one.
It was the Bonfim. Gabriel.
The Bonfim brothers are serious.
Yeah.
Well, Gabriel particularly.
Yeah.
No, it's Ishmael. Gabriel's the little jack one that lost, isn't it? It's Ishmael that's the problem.
Yeah.
The tall one.
Yeah.
He's the
big
problem.
one.
Yeah, still. But Vucenic, what do you think happens here with him? Because he's 2 losses. And now when you look at it, he lost to Guram. Did you see Guram's performance?
Yeah, it wasn't.
With the Avengers in his corner.
Yeah, man.
That's probably the best corner I've ever seen.
Crazy.
What? You have all those guys in your... that performance. What? So what happened? This is what I'm saying. When we do, I know there's no MMA maths, but when you look at that, 2 losses and you lost to Guram, short notice.
I feel the UFC caliber might be
I think I don't know if he's managed by Graham Boylan. who obviously has a very good relationship with the UFC. If he is, I think he'll get another shot. I think he'll get one more. I think
he'll get another chance. I think he is managed by.
Yeah, I think he's in the good graces for fighting Guru on short notice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he gets another one. But obviously, do or die to say the least.
Yep.
Did you like the sub? Quickly.
It was a good sub. Yeah, it was.
It was the Dustin Poirier. Guillotine. That tight squeeze.
Speaking of guillotines, was because I've not actually rewatched the Leon fight. Was it just a one-arm guillotine that Leon got? He managed? Okay, yeah. Because I saw it from one angle. I was like, surely he hasn't got him just with the.
I think they started with a one.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I was about to say that would have just added salt to the wounds. Yeah,
I totally agree with you. All right, let's move on to the next fight, which was the fight that opened the main card of UFC London. This was the one and only guy that fights out of GB Top Team. Ask Rimz all about him. Nathaniel Wood. And he was fighting Morgan Charriere.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I say Charriere? I was Charriere. I said Charriere. I already got a pronunciation wrong. Charriere. Nathaniel Wood. Great performance.
Yeah.
Dropped him in the first.
Yeah, the first with the overhand right. Yeah.
Is that the type of performance you need to continuously see from Nathaniel Wood for him to know?
This was a great fight to put together. It was a dangerous fight to put together.
Yeah,
as well.
I thought so.
But I thought he deserved to get someone in the rankings now after the few wins he's been putting together. But maybe it's biased. But yeah, I don't know. Now definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, after this, 100%. I think so. I think going into the fight, the reason I felt that this was so dangerous is if you follow Nathaniel, like he's continuously speaking about the mental health. You know, he's put it out there about his daughter's health problems and stuff like that. And I just wondered if his mind was in the right place to take on a fighter like Charriere. So I kind of felt like this was a tougher fight than maybe it should have been because of where I thought that he was based on what I'm seeing.
Mental.
Yeah, but that being said, that's like your bog standard Nathaniel performance, to be honest with you, you know? Like he's got very quick hands. When he puts together his combinations, he's effective. I expected a little bit more from Charriere. But no, it was a really good performance from Nathaniel.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in Morgan's output.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
And this is my first time watching him live, and I was like, look, I'm really, really excited to see it, but I don't know what it was. And obviously, after getting dropped by that big right hand, I just don't think he recovered. But frustratingly, he went ham the last 20 seconds, throwing spinning elbows, everything to try and get the finish. And like, where was this early in the, but a lot easier said than done, right?
For sure.
No. So you want to see Nathaniel fight someone ranked?
I want to see him fight someone ranked. No,
How far do you think he can go up the rankings? This featherweight's becoming dangerous again.
Start looking at who's in the rankings now for that.
And especially if Fazeev comes to featherweight as well, because he's talking about
I think he's a problem.
At featherweight, that's a champ. That could be a champ at featherweight.
It could be 100%.
Whoa, at featherweight.
What's left at featherweight? I know you just said featherweight's improving,
it's
but
coming,
actually the skill set, Fazeev is well suited to that skill set.
Only do you know who he doesn't want to buck? Everlev. If he meets Everlev,
no one wants to buck him though, isn't it? Like,
Everlev's a problem. You don't want to buck.
Fazeev will be alright with that fight.
Well, I don't know. That's too much. That's
talk about
it.
He
does.
We were saying Leon was the UFC didn't want to give Leon a title shot. They don't want to give him a title shot.
No.
They don't want to give him a title shot.
He didn't deserve. Bro, there's no way Diego Lopez deserves that over.
No.
Oh, Volkanovski. What the hell?
He's
but Volkanovski's Volkanovski, whatever.
No, but this is what I'm saying. No. Because he's saying about the rankings and they should matter and da. How do you lose a fight and you're still number one?
Yeah. How do you get knocked out like that? How you get knocked out? No, you could be number one.
Doesn't make sense.
I believe you can lose a fight. You see that Strickland DDP number one? That was so close. You can remain in your ranking if you're going to run it back straight away. It's when you get knocked into oblivion. And it happens maybe in like round 1 or 2 and it looks bad. You kind of got to step down a little bit. That's my eyes. You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you're saying.
I have the performance, but
I ain't signing up for a most title. So I know I'm meritocracy. I'm Mr. Meritocracy. Like if you go on a good win streak, you beat good quality opponents, that you should get your shot. But it's just not a entertaining style. He's basically the modern day John Fitch in terms of the style and in terms of the UFC just not wanting to give him a title shot.
Totally hear it. Prelims, anything from the comments quickly, Rimz? Anything to bring on?
let's see.
I actually thought Jai Herbert beat Padilla. I thought he took the third round, definitely, especially with damage. I'll have to watch it again.
I didn't see this fight, so I can't
definitely
comment.
on damage. That cut that you opened up was ridiculous.
Massive. Yeah, it's massive.
If that had been like 2 minutes earlier, that might have been
Stopped.
Yeah. That was one of the
easily,
worst cuts I've seen of late.
This one,
Yeah, long
definitely.
Cavan.
Lonnie.
That was a great performance.
Lonnie Cavett,
Lonnie Cavan versus
Against a
Felipe dos
dos
Santos.
Santos.
Against a mini Charles Oliveira,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
He is, isn't it?
He's like a mini Charles Oliveira.
AKA
Man.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
This guy loves to cheat. Fam.
I cheat, I steal.
And what did Paddy say last week in an interview?
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, everyone's got their own
Bro,
version of
he
cheating.
was holding the fence, he's holding the gloves, he's kicking man in the face when he's on the ground. I'm not saying, what is
Insane.
going on here, bro?
But yeah, Lonnie done a good. On this.
He lost the first round, right?
I think, yeah.
You could argue off damage, as well.
And then he done very well to compose him. That's my thing in fighters, right? What I find so impressive, especially in 3-round fights. If you lose that first round, even if to recompose yourself,
Yeah.
be able to come back. That's when I start rating you. That's how far can you dig deep to get this don't be, because remember now it's like the momentum's with the Santos if he feels like he's won the fight or not the fight the first round. He's pumped.
Yeah.
It's you that's got to find that
Turn it
extra
around.
fire in you to turn that around, and it's sometimes very hard to do,
it's very
especially
hard,
against
yeah.
great talented fighters that are across the cage from you. So I have to rate that.
Yeah, and it's
really,
an,
really
it's an
rate
internal conversation that you have to have with yourself,
Thank you.
basically. Yeah,
Thank
which is-
you. I think
yeah.
it's a great thing to have just as a fighter in general, you know? And I think he has that. Lonnie has that.
Yeah. I think they're definitely
Pushing him,
gonna
innit?
push him to
Yeah,
try,
that's
get up there quick. But shout out Lonnie, shout out the rest, everyone else from GB as well on the foot of Cage Warriors as well.
Yeah,
they had a
Cage
good
Warriors.
night. Cage Warriors, Nick, Kadeem, Jawani.
What did you make of
Bagley,
the Yannick
the Bagley
Bhatti
fight.
KO? The
Oh, the one back, the one
I didn't realize he had the
quickest.
hand in the glove, didn't he?
Yeah, like
I didn't see that either. I just saw the KO.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. Shem, we boxed Shem and Shem was saying to
yeah.
But I think, the hand in the glove, and then I don't know about the stoppage either, if I'm going to be honest. It
Yeah,
seemed a
I know
bit
what you mean.
quick.
Yeah,
No,
it seemed-
he was out. He was out.
Yeah, no,
He
but
was out.
when I'm
He was
seeing
out.
it, I'm like,
That punch,
Okay,
he
yeah.
was out in the air, bro.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
out.
Fairs.
I'm telling you, he was hurt.
Fairs.
I know what you mean because he rolled over, but he was rolling over
yeah,
to protect himself.
Yeah, I don't think he
He-
was going to recover, but
He looked hurt. But the grabbing in the glove, I didn't see. I didn't know about that.
yeah, no.
because it looked like it went for a glove touch. But Yannick had said, no, he like basically declined the glove touch and he was trying to get his range, his opponent. So then he was like, okay, that's fine. I'll grab the glove, but you can't grab the seams of the gloves, bro. yeah,
that's mad.
yeah, that's not.
You can't do them.
You can't. Again, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, right?
Yeah,
That's
big facts.
yeah,
Big
exactly.
Next
Anything
fight,
else
Mick
you wanna talk
Parkin,
about?
Shame
yeah,
about
people-
Mick Parkin.
I thought he
people were
won.
gonna
I
win.
thought he won. I
People
thought
thought
he
he
won.
won as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't win. A lot of people had him winning though.
I had him winning.
But there's no shame in losing. Marcin Tybura spoiled many a coming out party for people, and no, I thought Mick won. He'll be back. He'll be back
What about Leroy Duncan, guys?
Good performance.
Yeah.
against an opponent that didn't really want to engage and
Fight.
exchanging.
I would have liked to have seen him be a little bit more expansive, like we've seen him before. But I think he's fatigued in the past, isn't it? So I think he just wanted to show some improvements there. Maybe it was a decent performance.
I did not watch the next fight, which was Bangor versus Tomorrow.
You haven't seen that one?
You haven't seen.
Hey, this is the what I can't remember what fight it was where you said that's the comeback of the year. This is the comeback of the year, bro.
so far, for
This is the
sure,
comeback
man.
of
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
Tamar putting in work?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she
What,
was.
the Indian girl.
She head
Yeah,
kicked
yeah.
dead her, bro.
She looks kinda
Yeah,
alright.
I thought she was.
pretty.
Yeah,
She's pretty.
I thought she was gonna be finished, bro.
Bro,
But,
you're not listening.
Oh, sorry. So I didn't think I-
She
I-
head
I'm a
kicked
bit
deaded
mesmerised.
her, bro.
other things are going in your head.
Yeah, they were. I swear. I'm back.
Brandon was in a different world, bro. She got head kicked.
Wow.
She
And then
come back and got armbar.
armbar.
Yeah, wicked one.
That's
Right,
cool.
wicked
It was
one.
ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She got it off the triangle. She was going for the triangle,
Yeah.
and she transitioned to that. Yeah, it was a great finish, man.
Great finish.
Fletcher versus Lockman.
Loughran was actually active in this fight. I don't know. Did you watch his fight? Who did
Yeah,
he fight?
yeah,
In the 304. I can't remember. It's
What's that?
I can't remember who he was, but he was so inactive in that fight. It was frustrating.
What, in his last fight?
In his last
click,
fight.
Click his name, Rimz. Just click his name quickly. Bring it up. Just go to fight view history. Go up.
Who did he fight before?
Go his history there. Fight history right there. All right. Quick link is there.
Oh, what's going on with
The
Jake Hadley.
Jack Hadley. Yeah. Okay.
He's now obviously no longer with the UFC.
Hold on. Was that in UFC London?
No, that was Manchester.
Manchester.
That was
Oh,
in
the Manchester
Yeah,
card.
the Manchester card.
See, 2 English guys or Irish English
Yeah,
fighting each other
yeah.
again. That's what I said. They do that. Yeah, I said that. So trust me, they do it.
But yeah, I thought Nathan Fletcher could have won that. Obviously, it was a split decision. Like
tight fight.
Yeah, it was a tight fight. The damage, the control that he had in particular, I think it was the second round when he got the body lock on the back, and then he landed a couple elbows towards the end of the third. I think he won it. I have to go back and rewatch it, but from my first viewing, I gave him the nod.
Okay.
Tight one, and
then the last one, which is a guy that looks scarier than any performance I've seen lately, Guram Kutulase.
He had the Avengers in this corner, as
Fernandez.
you said.
He actually just looks scarier than he performs.
Bro, he is shredded, bro. Bruh. I see all the way. Like, every way in that I go to, every way in afterwards, I'm like, you know what? Let me just cut down the calories by 300 a day for a couple of weeks. Yeah. I need to lose a bit of weight. But seeing him, bro, there's no body fat on him. No body fat on him. Absolutely. But your physique doesn't win you a fight. It doesn't win you. But no, Fernandez really impressed me. Impressed me.
No leg kick.
Man.
The kicks. Even the way he was swinging him into the body, I was like, I was holding my own body like, bro. That's what Leo needed to do to Brady. Swing that. You're not coming for no takedown. I'm going to swing this leg kick so hard. You're gonna hold your body like you need to fart. That's how he needs to swing. That's how Fernandez was swinging them kicks, like hard with venom. Not just get me like you're not. There's no space to create no wrestling here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
the echo of particularly his body kicks, man.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. And Guram there's no way Guram is walking unassisted today, man.
That's on crutches.
100%. Yeah, mashed up.
He's on crutches. You see it? Did you see it?
Yeah, man.
You see the line on his leg after that leg kick and he dropped. It swelled up instantly.
Tough as hell, though. Tough as hell. Yeah, for sure.
Raheem saying what people thought Guram could compete with Islam. That must have been really early, bro.
Yeah,
that must have been really early, bro.
And remember Guram. Remember the whole thing that the Georgians had with Paddy, because Paddy said some insensitive comments about Georgia in Russia. And Guram was saying that he wants to make him pay for it. I think Paddy would probably deal with him. Based off that performance.
There's another Georgian that will deal with Paddy.
What, they're cool now though, apparently.
That was one of my best performing tweets actually, because I clocked it. They'd actually.
I saw that. That was on.
That was at the weigh-in ceremony.
It was a tweet somewhere. I can't remember where it went now. Bloody Elbow, I think that was on there.
There were a few accounts who I let take my contact because I've been cool with them down the years, but I'm hitting people with copyright infringements. Yeah, because you can't be catting man's things. You know what I mean? Without so much as a credit. Do you know what I mean? But I thought because obviously Ilya was there to corner Guram, and I thought he was on the stage next to Hunter. I thought afterwards, all right, he'll go once Guram's done this ceremonial thing. But he was on there, and then Hunter was wearing this like suave suit that must be, and I was like, are they going to announce something here? Because why is Ilya still on this? Why is Ilya still on this? Yeah,
I thought they were going to drop the Ilya news. At the event last night.
Yeah,
because it would have made sense.
Nah,
I was hoping for the burner bar.
Yeah.
We got the bet. We got the bet.
The card's not big enough for that news.
I know.
The card weren't big enough. And the cards weren't big enough for that news. You need good card.
No, but because it was in Europe and
exactly.
The association.
Yeah, if they had just gone right, we're going to Spain and whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that place would have gone mad.
All right, quickly before we move on, rate this card for me.
Rate this card
out of 10.
10 out of 10.
And we just main card. Main card.
Main card.
We just do the main card.
I'll give it a 6.
For fight night.
Yeah, for fight night, I'll give it a 6.
You don't agree with that? 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna lie.
Maybe I'm being generous.
It was at the O2, and I'm gonna give it somewhere in between those numbers. I'm gonna give it a 1.
Oh wow!
Dang.
No, I wouldn't go that.
I'll tell you why it's a 1. Let me tell you why it's a 1. Yeah, Because for me, yeah, I am a man that every week I watch the UFC, yeah. Doesn't matter where it is in the world, I will stay awake until 7 a.m. if I need to watch this thing.
Yeah.
This was on my time zone at the correct time, yeah? And I was tired. Yeah? I was tired. I was bored watching the fights. I shouldn't be bored watching fights. And look at, like we just broke it down. You got 2 fighters at the top end of the card who haven't fought in 2 years.
Yeah.
But it was boring, man. It was boring.
Yeah, probably not the best UFC London that I've been to.
This was the worst.
Yeah,
UFC
this is
London.
I'd
I'd have to give it like probably a 5.
I was saying 5. I think 5.
all right. Let me revise the figure. Yeah, I'll go with it 5. Actually,
dead in the middle.
yeah.
I think we still got a finish from Sean Brady. Carlos Ulberg, weren't great. You had the Duncan finish was nice. The sub Molly. So you got a couple finishes that you have to give it like a actual 5. You got finishes. If it was
No
just
knockouts,
decisions,
though, bro.
No knockout.
Subs, don't mind the subs.
I'm not a just bleed type guy. You know?
just bleed.
But I mean, like a knock. It's amazing how much a knockout stoppage victory like contributes to that atmosphere.
the energy, the
whole,
atmosphere.
100%.
Yeah.
All right.
But that was the UFC fight night wrapped up.
Yep.
5s. Let's go to a card that was much more than a 5.
Oh,
yeah. You watch one?
I can stay another 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
you watch one championship.
I do. I'm trying to get more coverage of one championship. Hopefully I can get out to a show sometime soon. Yeah.
We went to one
Yeah.
Thailand. Yeah, it was. We went to the last Rodtang fight.
Yeah,
It was there when he last fought. So that was absolutely great to
Yeah,
watch.
I saw the knockout of Takeru, man.
Serious.
60. How quick was it?
Quick.
60
It
seconds.
was quick, bro.
It's so funny because everyone in the chat was saying, "Oh, this is like a weekend where there's so much weird stuff happening in sport. All of like the best people are losing, and like the whole thing with Lewis Hamilton." And they were like, "Oh, is Rodtang gonna lose?"
Yeah.
Quick! I'm like, shut up, man.
He ain't there to lose like that.
No.
Rodtang's their biggest star.
By far. Like, I know stuff about his personal life that I would never thought I'd know about any Thai man's personal life because I don't know. I was being honest, like, but I know that his wife coming out saying that he's gonna name his son Zlatan. What? You see that? You don't see that. So he's training, and then his wife going Zlatan, and then he's training, and then she's like Zlatan. He's his favorite footballer. That's what he's thinking. She's pregnant, isn't it? He's about to have a baby, and then it's like, yes.
I'm not named like maybe if a footballer. No, I'm. You know what?
That's what he
Thierry
said.
Henry is my favorite footballer of all time.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the only brother I will put my son after is Thierry. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. I'll have to have a conversation with my missus about that. But yeah.
Did you see the Taiwan Chai? I was like, not my guy.
Absolutely knocked out, brother.
Oh,
Who knocked him out like that last time? Just who knocked him out clean? No. Am I thinking of Superbong got knocked out? Taiwan Chai got knocked out by someone. I swear. Was it?
That must have been a while ago, bro.
No, it wasn't Taiwan Chai. Superbong, I think.
Yeah,
Is it
Superbong,
that
but not
that-
talk about
that
Taiwan Chai.
That's what I'm thinking of. Sorry, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah. And to see now Taiwan Chai get knocked out in that
I
fashion.
didn't expect this. Though.
Man.
That's why one is amazing.
Yeah, one is.
Some guy you
one's
don't know from
entertaining.
Nori will come in and look like a 10-10 kickboxer or a 10-10 Muay Thai.
I think.
Yeah.
And they're literally 10-10 and they can knock out your favourite guy. This one championship, have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
Yes.
You know there's no main character. Everybody dies, bro. They broke my heart from season 1, Ned Stark.
That was the main character. Yeah.
No one, everyone could get it.
I was expecting someone to shoot an arrow to like stop the execution or something. It happened, bro. Yeah.
Whoa. Brother, I said this must be the end of it then. We had 7 more seasons of madness.
Yeah.
And
Hella main character.
this hella main characters that all can get destroyed.
Even in the next fight.
No, but that's good. That's what you want, man.
That's
You
what I
want, you
want.
want the best fight in the best.
Yeah, for sure.
One
I was
do
gonna
that.
say one for sure is doing something right, leaning into the kickboxing and the Muay Thai rather than the MMA now.
No, I think that's they should make that their crux.
Yeah.
To be honest, I
Yeah,
think they
yeah.
definitely should because the UFC are no mixed martial arts promotion that comes up now is going to overtake the UFC. I mean, you could even have a multi-billionaire sink a cool billion into it, but the UFC what the UFC has in comparison to PFL and whatever. They've got history. They've got established history, which you can't put a price on.
But did you hear that the next fight in this is Rodtang versus Haggerty?
Oh, again?
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Boss man said it. I see him on the press conference.
Okay,
Charriere.
I'm down for
Charriere.
that. All right.
Definitely, man.
I
Maybe that's
definitely-
one you go out to. You know?
Yeah. One championship if you want to fund my trip, bro. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd love to go to one championship show. In particular, like if they go to Japan as well. Japan is
This
like
was in Japan.
Was it in Japan? Oh,
this
man.
is in Japan.
Yeah, Japan is like on my bucket list of
Same,
places.
same,
Man,
Same here. It's amazing. They have candy floss grapes.
You can buy them here.
No, not green ones, bro.
No, yeah.
They're pink.
They're pink.
Yeah.
Proper pink.
Whoa.
In their seasons. Have you never seen it?
Any grapes you get here ain't gonna be like the one there, fam.
Bro,
yeah,
they have like pink candy
That's
floss
mad.
grapes. I'll show you. Carry on.
I saw your guy. What's his name?
Who's that?
Jonathan DeBella. DeBella. Yeah. That was a cold fight.
Is
I
he
saw that
is he
one.
good?
They punch up
Yeah,
Sam A, yeah?
He's
He's
good.
good, he's good.
Well, he's good,
He's
bro.
good, he's good,
I said this. The Bella's serious.
Sam A
bro.
is old though.
He's old though. Yeah,
He's
Sam
old,
A's
he's
good.
old,
Yeah,
though.
he's old. He's old.
I heard.
Super like looked like he didn't want to be in there.
Oh, the super.
Done.
I need to go back and watch
this
this.
way. Like, it was all bad
It
from the
didn't
beginning.
look like
to
he
be
wanted to
honest.
be in there. Do you know what I mean?
It was all bad from the beginning, man.
You actually searching these grapes. So,
No, bro, it's real. It's
All right,
legitimate
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to taste like candy floss. I see a whole documentary on it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Weird than the
You know
fruit.
your YouTube algorithm is
It's
a mashup.
marked. It's between crypto, Donald Trump stuff.
Candy floss grapes.
It is, yeah. It's just because of the yeah.
It's
and
a
candy
great
floss.
algorithm, a great
Yeah,
algorithm.
Well done, yeah. Well done, just like perfect.
Somebody should have said to Leon, you don't have the cards here for Brady.
You know?
Yeah, you don't have the I love
perfect.
Leon as well. I'm just taking him. Yeah. I'm gonna get an angry message from manager from Tim C. Oh well.
Oh man.
It's all banter on the show, man. We're having a laugh with everyone, man. Yeah, that one card was great though, and they did fill it up for the Japan audience, man. So that was great.
Oh, what's this?
But yeah, what's anyone from the comments?
Yeah, we can just go to some quick comments.
Some news.
Right, quickly do over some news.
What's the news? I ain't even pulled up no news.
There's
I don't
no
know what's
news.
news.
You got-
Hold on. We have
We have
UFC Media. We have news here. What's happening?
You can run the news. This is the 7 o'clock UFC MMA news with Chisanga.
Great intro, man.
That's fantastic. Make that my ringtone.
Man, hold on. What's this? So we got Militant Soldier. He's saying, man, I think the UFC is getting boring because the fighters get complacent when they get to the UFC because they think they make it.
You gotta get to the belt to make it. Just being in the UFC gives you some clout, not enough clout.
And even having the belt
Some's
isn't
not enough.
financial stability, right? Yeah.
Facts, see?
Yeah.
So some clout, not enough. Like, yeah, I think you got to do more. I just think something that we need to debate, which is gonna probably happen, is about the current state of champions. I think that's what I think you're more getting onto, my friend. Current state of champs is a bit
Slim pickings at the top.
It
But
is.
the problem is that as fight fans, we're all fickle.
facts.
I mean,
That's a big fact.
Like,
You
look,
wasn't
at,
seeing
look at the talk around Leon right now, yeah? And think about what it was 2 years ago. Completely different. Headshot dead, power for power, let's put him on a t-shirt. And now look at us, bro.
Yeah,
Saying that this man's...
He's not finished in my book. He's
He
not
is,
finished.
though.
championship.
That's because
Mate.
you're scared of the message.
So who's top
ain't
five?
messaging
Who's top
me.
five? Quick. Let's
Go on,
see.
bring up the rankings.
So Leon's number one, but he should be replaced by Brady.
Oh,
Tuesday.
100%.
If not, there's corruption, as you said.
No, but
yeah.
then where'd you
Yeah.
put Shavkat?
Yeah.
What about Jack Delamena?
Okay.
Like, he's getting the belt shot. Do you know what I
let's
mean?
see.
Okay.
Joaquin Buck.
Oh, this needs to update. What is going on here?
Yeah,
Oh, my
Kamaru
days.
Usman being still there is crazy. Yeah, so we're having.
But look, this is what I'm saying about
Kamaru's
the rankings.
crazy. He might have a chance against JDM, but that's about it.
Joaquin
I think Buckley
Gilbert
and
Gary
Burns is
Wacky,
still
yeah.
top 10, bro.
Buckley will beat Leon.
Buckley will punch
I
up
think
Leon
Buckley. I don't even want to say it. You know, I don't even respect Buckley, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think he might. You know.
No, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh man,
You think he can beat Leon with the momentum that he's on?
momentum right now. Yeah, I mean, if this was a Leon of 2 years ago, and I wouldn't give Buckley a chance, but obviously, I mean, I'd be stupid to not give him a chance. The current Leon that we have at this moment, it's gut check time for Leon. I think it really is gut check time. Not saying that he has to completely contemplate his future in this sport, but he has to reassess goals and everything. And
what do you really want?
What
is it money? Is it fandom? Is it just a fight?
Because you don't want to just become that stepping stone. Like, look at those killers that we see right there. Like, in particular, like Michael Morales, bro, and Carlos Pratt. Oh,
bro, right now, Jeff Neal is a tough fight for Leon Edwards, and I'm being honest.
Jeff Neal gave Shavkat his toughest fight in UFC.
Jeff Neal,
put hands on him.
Understand what I'm saying to you. And look at where he is. He's the 10th ranked fighter. Yeah, that's where Leon is right now.
Just maybe do the MVP fight.
Practice is coming as well, you know, guys. Practice is coming.
Practice is
coming. They like him. They like all the nerds. So he's coming. A man that smokes 20 fags a day.
I think.
I'm Michael Morales.
I think it's mad though how like you just get these teams. Like it seems like every year there's a new team that's just hot.
Yeah.
Remember, so we had the John Jones wave.
Yeah, what they called
MMA Jacks, Winkle Jacks. What are they called?
Yeah, Jackson Wink. Jackson Wink.
That's it. Yeah.
Then we had the Usman phase.
With Trevor Whitman.
No, AKA. Don't forget Team AKA.
All right.
DC,
Luke, Kane.
Yeah.
And then we had we gave a big shout out to Connor's coach, coming out.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. Then we went through the whole Whitman.
The Black Zillions.
Oh yeah. Then Trevor Whitman, right?
Yeah,
AKA
you get that
team.
though. You do get
Yeah.
that.
ATT.
And then it's just
teams
been
have peaks and
team
troughs.
heavy.
Yeah.
And then just
Izzy's team. When Izzy team.
Yeah.
When Izzy was hot.
It's just Izzy, bro.
I think we need to send Leon to Dagestan.
Don't do that.
Right? Send him and forget. But he trained with Islam at AKA. Years ago. Leon went
Did
to
he?
Yeah, he used to be there.
AKA back.
He needs to go back there.
I think there's a reason why he came back there.
But that's what I'm saying about your camp. If you know that you need that in your camp, then you're gonna have to just suffer.
I also think it's just the level of wrestlers now are getting better.
Yeah.
And Bilal's and Sean Brady's type of style of wrestling is different to Colby and Usman's.
Yeah.
Not as relentless. So just
Facts.
yeah, the game catches up and overtakes everybody, man. Yeah.
All right.
Quick. The only news that kind of broke out really was Dana White basically saying that the John Jones Arsenal fight is gonna happen. Basically confirmed, like it is gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's no date set, nothing like that.
Tom Aspinall with the duck.
Yeah. A little flashing duck. That's it. Still.
Great from us. Give him that. He's doing very well in the position that he's in. He's gaining more stars, more people outside of it talking about it because it's a heavyweight fight, not just it's just heavyweight, and people want to see it. And you know, if you have a big British backing, it'll get heard. Yeah, he's got a big British backing.
He does.
He's the last of the Mohicans. Everyone else is gone. That's why.
True.
Which other top UFC fighter is in England? What? Paddy is the closest thing.
Yeah,
but
but
it's a loss like that. Well, he has, but not in the UFC.
and if Paddy beats Chandler, I strap the rocket ship to him, man.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably give him a title shot.
I think it's title shot or Ilya.
Beating Chandler,
which at that time could be a title
it's
shot.
not.
Beating Chandler is not a title
It's
shot.
not.
That's
But you have to
me.
think
No,
of
but you have to think
Beating
of the
Chandler
dynamics.
right now,
You have to
damage
look at the
goods.
dynamics for
Conor
the
damaged
UFC.
him without fighting
What
him.
fight was you just
Did-
talking
did
about
not-
again a minute ago?
McGregor got a title shot of beating Dennis Seaver.
Yeah, that's
McGregor got a
crazy.
title shot of beating Dennis. Granted, he beat featherweight Dustin Poirier in before that time. I'm sure it was Dennis Seaver. Yeah,
That was for
it
the interim, though.
Just for the interim.
Chance.
It was
Chance
meant to be.
Mendes.
It was meant to be Jose, but Jose
Yeah,
got
yeah,
injured.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he did get a title shot off that. So, and not to disrespect Dennis Seaver in any way, shape, or form.
No, but it
he's-
was-
let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah. Well, that's the game, I guess.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Still waiting for Leon to put out a statement because I need to file a story by like 10. by like 10. So I've sent a draft one anyway. But need to file a story if he's gonna break his silence. I don't know if he is today, but
I wonder if he's going to speak about the time or...
What's to say? What's there to say, man?
It's too early, man.
It's too
early.
All right, quickly, I just want to go around this table and ask a random question of the week. I just got this thing on my head. If you had to see any fight now, Chisanga, across the board, what fight would you want to see right now in the UFC? What fight needs to happen across the board?
It's were talking about before. It's John versus Tom. There's nothing else.
What's your fight across the board?
If I have to choose a different fight,
Just any fight.
I'm
What's your
going
fight?
Ilya Islam.
Good shout. What's your fight that you need to see across the board?
No, you can't choose one of those. That's new game.
Oh, I have to
new
be.
rules.
I know. You might just get for
You
fly.
can't just, yeah, 100%. And now you're in the toughest position.
Don't take mine. Duplessis versus Hamza.
Oh, yeah.
Then I ain't gonna have it, so you gotta make him another one now. Make him extra think.
I can think of another one.
Go ahead. I'm here.
Shevchenko versus Zhang. Let's just do.
That's a great. We said that. We said that.
We've got to get through.
Man of Fury. Yeah.
Come on, man. Think about some guys that are in here, man.
No one interests me.
You don't want to see Marab fight anyone in the...
What about Max versus Dustin for the BMF? Because there's talk about that now.
Third fight.
I want to see that
I don't
again.
want to see
For the
that
BMF, as Poirier's exit fight, you don't want to see that.
He exits with the
I don't
BMF.
really think
I mean, what else was the BMF made for, bro?
I don't know. I don't even like
At
that
least
belt.
let me have a belt. At least let me have a belt.
Are you a fan of that belt?
Well, I was actually there for the first BMF fight. It was obviously the poster right behind you there, Nate versus Masvidal, and they only literally created that belt because they needed a belt because it's a pay-per-view and they're at Madison Square Garden.
That's why I said you rate
Yeah.
that
Had to
belt.
sell it.
Yeah, they had to. They had to. I mean,
Do you rate the actual thing behind it,
I do,
around
man.
it?
It's like
Don't.
the hardcore belt.
in fact,
bro.
I've got a photo of me holding the BMF, the
swear?
OG BMF
Wow.
belt.
No, that's
yeah.
cold. That's
alright.
cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I'm saying it's the
It might
hardcore belt.
have a little bit.
Back when my hairline was a lot better than it is now. Yeah, what,
That's another thing
2019?
about Leon, bro.
Don't disrespect now.
Just go. No, but no
Let's leave it. Let's leave it, man.
Oh, my days.
The fight was over when he saw the ball patch going red.
Oh man.
But let me tell you this, yeah. You see, the greatness comes from the balls.
That's crazy.
That was the OG one there, yeah.
Was it?
yeah.
Wait,
Cold.
Yeah, because Dana presented it to the media there. Yeah. So I actually held that belt before any of these men.
There you go. We got Nate Diaz's next fight.
But yeah, man, that was wicked. I think that is a wrap from all of us inside here. That was UFC London wrapped up. That's the only one card we get a year out of the UFC
Oh man.
in London. They give 2 Saudi cards, right? Is it 2 Saudi or they out in Dubai? Is it Dubai and Saudi?
No, it's usually
Dubai and Saudi. They're out.
It's normally Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
Abu
Saudi,
Dhabi.
yeah.
Sorry, Abu
But
Dhabi.
they're gonna do 2 Abu Dhabi shows because there's a fight card, a fight night card in Abu Dhabi that they just announced, and then they always go there in October.
So they'll go and do that again.
Yeah, so they'll go
to
twice.
double it
Yeah.
up. London's not good enough to double up. You know what I mean?
Well, we had that not too long ago.
Yeah.
2022, remember?
With the champ.
It's only because we had a champ.
Yeah,
really.
'cause
No,
It was
22.
Aspinall
It was,
and
yeah, it was headlined both by Aspinall.
Blade. It was
Aspinall Blades
Blades
2 was the
and
July,
the first
and then
was the
Aspinall was Volkov.
Volkov,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Volkov.
In the
Who
March.
was the
Yeah.
Volkov one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blades one.
Yeah, but that was just because Dana saw how much money they made from like the gate of the O2. He was like, yeah, we're coming back.
But again, that was not to go back, but that was the Molly and Paddy wave. Like that.
Yeah,
they
exactly,
basically
yeah.
held that whole thing together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
All right, well, again, that's a wrap. Chisanga, you are the man. Thank you for coming down, man, and giving your full
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, man.
Guys, thanks for having me. It's been long overdue.
This has been one of my favorite podcasts as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
bro,
man,
yeah,
actually,
yeah,
thanks.
yeah.
I'm
Good.
flattered. I'd love to come back on.
The insight that you brought in, man.
Get
And
you in
it
some of
was-
the debate shows next time, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Get me a cup
man.
of Henny as well, and then I'll
Yeah, we'll get ready, man. We'll get ready. One more time, man. One more time with the people. Guys, you know what it is? Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you. Give a big shouts out to Chisanga. Go and follow him. Instagram. You can find him on what platforms? Just
YouTube, and I'm gonna try this TikTok thing, but I can't bring myself to do the dances, bro, man. Yeah, but that's what gets the views. But yeah,
that's what gets the
Get Bragz to
views.
do the
Yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, you know what to do, man. We appreciate you. We will be back midweek for midweek picks. Guys, we are out. Peace.